When you're on a school field trip and you have money only to buy lunch, it's important to save your money for your lunch, because if you spend all your money at the theme park or wherever you're at for the school field trip, you're not going to have any money to buy your lunch. So keep that in mind and use your money responsibly when you're on a field trip. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. If you didn't already, I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I have my knitting here with me because I'm going to do a Knit With Me story time, and today's Knit With Me story time is going to be the time, forgot my row counter. It's going to be the time all my friends almost spent all of their money on games at the park because they were so into the games and they wanted to win prizes, and my teacher's aide stopped them because she wanted to make sure they had enough money to buy their lunches, because even though my school provided the lunch for this field trip, she just wanted to make sure they had enough money to save their food. So this is a story just to let you guys know that if you bring money for lunch and plan on bringing your money for lunch, it's important to save your money for lunch so then you have enough money to buy food. So keep that in mind and save your money only for food. Don't spend it on games when you're going to a theme park unless you have enough money to pay for the game. So I'm gonna get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you learn that when you're on a school field trip and your parents give you money for the field trip and it's for lunch, save the money for lunch so then you can have enough money to buy food, because food is more of a need and games are more of a want if you want to play games. So keep that in mind, that when you're going to save your money for your parents giving you money for lunch for school field trips, use that money for the school field trip lunch. And I'm going to get started. So this all started about 16 years ago. I was in the 8th grade. We were going on a field trip to Marine World. That's what I call it, is Marine World. It's actually called Six Flags Discovery Kingdom now, or if it was called Six Flags years ago, but now it's called Discovery Kingdom. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, I'm pretty sure. So I still call it Marine World because that's what I grew up on. So my school was doing a field trip in the 8th grade to Marine World because it was to celebrate the 8th graders graduating middle school. So we get on a bus, all of the 8th graders, pretty much the entire 8th grade student body gets on the field trip bus, and we all head there. I almost didn't want to go because it was last minute and I forgot to tell my parents, but luckily I was able to get a permission slip signed ahead of time 2 days beforehand, and they told me that it was fine for me to go. So I was with, I think, 3 or 4 of my friends that day, and we were with a supervisor who happened to be the TA for our PE class, and she was our chaperone. And so we are at the place. I'm hanging out with my group so I don't get separated, and so I'm with, like I said, I was with, I think, maybe 3 or 4 of my friends that day, and our supervisor, who was our PE TA. And so we're having a good time hanging out. I go on some small rides with my friend, And my friend, we went on a tiny roller coaster and my friend actually hung on my arm the entire time. That was pretty funny. So we are having so much fun hanging out, spending time together. And then all of a sudden, my friends want to go play games. I don't really want to play games because I don't like the arcade games, to be fair. Not the arcade games, but the games where you win a prize at Marine World. I'm not a huge fan of those like I used to be, because I think those are just a waste of money. Does anybody feel that way? Please let me know. So anyway, my friends decide that they want to play games. Like I said, I don't want to play them because I want to save my money for lunch. So my friends start playing all the games, and my friend wins a small prize, but she wants a bigger stuffed animal, and luckily she brought enough money with her. And my other friend, I don't know if I think he might have had enough money to play games. I don't know. So, as he starts playing the games, excuse me. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Anyway, so as my friend starts playing the games, he doesn't win a prize, but he wants to play another round. But I think by this point, he didn't have enough money to play another round. So my teacher said, no, you can't play any more games right now. You don't have enough money to play the games, blah, 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 blah. And blah, you need to save it for lunch. So she was just politely reminded him, and my friend was kind of disappointed, but he didn't let that disappointment get to him or ruin the rest of his time. And then my other friend who had brought like maybe a certain amount of money, I mean, she had enough to buy her lunch, and then she had enough to play spare games. She brought like some extra money with her. She was able to exchange her tiny stuffed animal for a bigger prize after she won a game, and then the teacher finally tells her to stop spending her money even though she still had enough, because she wanted to make sure she saved it for the game. So then, as we go into the show, I think it was like the dolphin show, my third friend, buys a thing of cotton candy. And finally, the teacher's aide tells everybody, you guys need to stop spending your money. You're not going to have enough for food. So finally, my friends understand this, especially my friend who had bought some cotton candy while she was in the stadium, tells her no more buying anything because they wanted them to save their money. Because everybody was having, like, I think hot dogs and burgers, and we all had to pay for the food, despite the fact the school provided it. It was fine. I mean, it's like not a lot of schools have money. I mean, everybody has to pitch in. So anyway, everybody finally understands this, and we continue to watch the show. And then the teacher starts keeping everybody away from the arcade games for the rest of the time because she wants everybody to save their money for lunch. So lunch comes around, and everybody ends up having enough money for lunch. For lunch, we all had like I think it was burgers and hot dogs that day. So everybody starts paying for their food, and all my friends luckily still had enough money with them to pay for their lunches, despite the fact they all bought food. They all bought, they were all playing games and buying snacks, and I was glad that the teacher's aide was there to help us keep track of our money and make sure we didn't spend it all on games or snacks at the amusement park, which is a really good thing because you don't want to do that, especially if you're planning on buying lunch at an amusement park, because food at an amusement park does get quite expensive. Funny story, I accidentally clicked the stop button again right after I started recording. Silly me, it happens. So anyway, the moral of the story is it's always important to Make sure you save your money for lunch if you're planning on buying lunch, especially at an amusement park, because food at an amusement park is very pricey, especially if the school is providing it and you have to pay for it. You don't want to blow your money off on prizes or snacks at the amusement park, or because you don't want to go and get your lunch and not have enough money. It's not a very good idea. So please keep that in mind, that when you're planning on buying food or lunch at an amusement park, or your school is providing the lunch at the amusement park, and you have to pay for it, please make sure you save your money for your lunch, so then you have enough money to buy your food, because food is more important than games. So that was a story about how almost all my friends accidentally spent their money at an amusement park playing games instead of for their lunches. They didn't lunches, but still had enough to buy lunch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And I hope this video taught you how when you're going to an amusement park and you want to play games, maybe don't play them just because they are expensive. And if you're planning on, especially if you're planning on buying food at the amusement park. So please keep that in mind to save your money for the food at the amusement park, despite the fact that food at the amusement park can be quite expensive. But if you still are planning on buying food for lunch there, or if your school is providing lunch and you have to pay for it, save your money for that. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye! Oh, whoops. Oops. Didn't mean to press the record.